What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. And by the title and the thumbnail, I know you can tell that today we got a good one coming for you.
Give me a run for my money. There is nobody, no one that run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely.
Today, I'm going to be telling y'all 10 things that I wish I knew before I came to my HBCU, aka North Carolina A&T. It's not all necessarily bad things, but it is things that I didn't know coming in as a freshman. This is my third year at A&T. And yeah, these are just things that you may not know. You are a rising freshman or about to transfer, whatever the case may be. And some of these also may be true for any HBCU. Not necessarily just specific to A&T. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with everybody you know. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into the video. The first thing on my list is going to be withdrawal credits, okay? I'm just going to start that off by saying it is okay to withdraw from a course. If you are feeling like I might not pass this class or it's going to tank my GPA or whatever the case may be, withdraw from it. Before you withdraw, though, make sure that you do understand how many withdrawal credits you get. I believe at A&T we get 16 withdrawal credits, and trust me, I have withdrawn from a class before. At the end of the day, it's better to have a W on your transcript than it is to have an F on your transcript. That's why it's really ideal to make sure that you don't have the minimum credit hours to be a full-time student, which is 12 hours. I try to do like in the 15 credit range every semester, somewhere in there, if not more, just so I do have that wiggle room to be able to withdraw from a course if I so happen to need to, because you can't drop yourself below 12 credit hours or you won't be a full-time student. But if you do have that wiggle room, let that course go, baby, and take it again. Let that course go. Don't tank that GPA for nothing if you can avoid it. Next on my list is, I don't really know what I want to call this, but you will do everything by yourself at an HBCU. Do not expect the staff, the administration, nobody to really lead you through the process. You have to kind of figure stuff out on your own and do it yourself. Don't wait on nobody, because it won't get done, especially at an HBCU. They don't move with any sense of urgency. It don't matter what the situation is, what the topic of conversation is, what you need help with. They gonna move on their time, and 9 times out of 10 when you go to talk to them, you probably are gonna get the runaround. With that being said, just make sure you stay on top of everything. Make sure you're communicating with whoever you need to be communicating with, whatever department that may be. Figure out who it is you need to talk to. Go over people. You just gotta do what you gotta do, okay, to fend for yourself. And it does get annoying, it gets frustrating, it gets irritating. Trust, I know all of that. I've been through it. The more that you get acclimated, the more that you start to understand the process of who you need to talk to, who's actually going to help you get things done, ways that you can get things done yourself, how to figure things out, it'll get easier. My best advice for you with that one would just be, make sure you understand what it is that you need. Stay on top of it. Make sure that you've checked all your boxes, dotted all your I's, and crossed all your T's on your end, so that way when it comes down to it, it's like, I've done my part, I need you to do yours. You know, don't let anything that you need answers to, you know, fall off or subside, because if you're not in their face talking about it, they're gonna forget and put you on the back burner, and we don't need that. We need stuff done, okay? So yeah, meal plans is my next one, okay? Coming in as a freshman, I believe you get 14 meal swipes. And if you don't know what meal swipes are, it's basically you can go to the CAF 14 times in a week. So that's basically 2 meals a day. And then you get $500 to spend at any of the food chain restaurants that we do have on campus. We have Chick-fil-A, we used to have McAllister's, we don't have that anymore. We have Wild Blue, Sub Connect, Pavo's, so we have Starbucks, different stuff like that. Now, what I'm gonna say about the meal plans is, as you progress, freshman year, that's okay. Understand that the CAF food is always the same thing over and over. Stuff can get bland, the food ain't really hitting on nothing. Majority of the people after freshman year, and they really see what the CAF has to offer, because we have two. We have the mini and we have Williams, which is the big CAF. But really after freshman year, I don't go in the CAF at all, unless you're going for like fried fish Fridays, or when they got fried chicken or something, obviously, you know, the normal HBCU stuff. Aside from that, it changed that meal plan. They're charging you more for those meal swipes that 9 times out of 10 you're gonna stop using, because it's the same thing all the time. Being that I haven't lived on campus for real since my freshman year, I never felt the urge to want to get up and go to the CAF. I don't go at all. But I have always kept a meal plan, which has just been dining dollars, and I don't even do the $1,000 plan, because living in an apartment, I got my kitchen, I got my, you know, my refrigerator, my stove, my oven. I eat on campus a lot less. If I go on campus, 9 times out of 10 I'm going to Chick-fil-A. So just give me the little $500 plan. I don't even use all of that. To each its own. I definitely recommend getting the default meal plan freshman year, but then after that you kind of see what you eat more of and what you don't. Change that meal plan accordingly. Get that money back in your refund. Number 4 is the biggest, one of the biggest ones in my opinion. Read your syllabus. Reading your syllabus in your college courses is so important because the syllabus is a contract. You, as well as your professor, have to follow that syllabus throughout that entire semester. My personal experience with the syllabus was a professor that I had. She wasn't liking how some people in the class were completing assignments, so she changed the grading policy in the syllabus midway through the semester. No. You cannot do that. Make sure you read your syllabus, make sure you understand it, and make sure you know it like the back of your hand, because some professors will try to get over on you. Now, certain things may change because things do happen as far as like due dates for assignments or whatever. That comes with just open communication, that open line of communication between you and your professor. But as far as like grading policies, those should never change. Whatever it says in the syllabus when you start the class is how that class should end. Read that syllabus and don't just read it one time, refer back to it. I look at my syllabus really for my due dates. Refer back to your syllabus continuously throughout the semester. And I had that experience. She tried to low-key do it on the low and thought nobody was gonna peep, but the syllabus changed in Blackboard and I had my own copy, the PDF downloaded, so I could see the difference. Everything you need to know about a professor about that course is in that syllabus, so make sure you read it. Number 5 is the education culture. Coming out of high school, it is a drastic, I cannot stress this enough, a drastic difference between teachers and professors. Do not come to college and expect high school style teaching. It is not that. This ain't that. Trust me. Some professors, a lot of professors tend to give you the information one time, maybe twice, expect you to retain it, and then boom, you got a test by the end of the week. Hello, I haven't learned anything, you just said it to me, you know? I had to really understand that college education is not catered towards individual learning styles. You have to learn how to teach yourself. That is the hard truth about college. It's not that they're bad at their jobs or they don't understand the material, but some professors, especially in my major, there's a lot of foreign professors, so there's a language barrier. They don't really understand you, you don't really understand them. It can get really tough. So go to class, take the notes that you can, try to grasp as much information as you can, but you also have to learn how to study. Studying is not something that I was big on in high school, I'm not gonna lie. So coming to college, it was a big switch, like, oh whoa, hold on hold on, I really gotta put my brain to work. I really have to understand this information to be able to pass these classes. And it's not that I didn't understand it in high school, it was just different. Like the way that I was being taught, it is not like that. Some people are hands-on learners, some people are visual learners, some people got photographic memories. It don't matter what you got, they teaching it one way and you either get with it or you get left behind. Don't get left behind. Teach yourself how to study. And also use Rate My Professor. Look on Aggie Access and see what professors offer that course, and then go into Rate My Professor and type those professor names in and look at their ratings. The people not lying to you, okay? Make sure that you're looking for that professor under the specific course that you need, because some professors, like say you're looking for a math course for Calc 1, that same professor may teach Calc 1, Calc 2, and Calc 3. A rating on Rate My Professor might be really good for Calc 1, but you need it for Calc 3, and the person that took them for Calc 3 said it was terrible. So just be mindful about that when you are choosing courses. Don't just go on there, and choosing classes is not as simple as choosing time slots. That's setting yourself up for failure. So when you are creating your schedule, make sure you're looking for good professors, the class times that you choose, everything, you know. It all plays a factor into building your schedule and being successful with the schedule that you choose, because ultimately you chose it. And then while we're talking about professors, that kind of brings me into my 6th topic: make connections with professors. Some professors may not be as open or willing to help, but that's why you choose Rate My Professor, so you can try to get the ones that are. Where you can, make those connections with your professors, because a lot of them are actually here to help and willing to help. Go to office hours, get acclimated, make sure they know your name, you need to know their name, and also be active in class, participate, ask questions. I had to get comfortable and I had to understand that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to care about other people's perception of me in the class. I'm here to get an education. So do not go to class for no reason. ask those questions. And I say make those connections because in the long run, you never know when you might need a letter of recommendation, when you might need them to vouch for you, or when they might be able to help you get an internship opportunity. Whatever the case may be, you don't know. Build them, because you don't know who you could be talking to and how that can help you in your future. Number 7 is housing. Let me just go ahead and say I did not get housing this year, like many of us at A&T. I never even got a date to log on and do my housing application. Y'all can send me my 4 bands back in my refund. I'm not upset about it, but housing is a racing game, okay? They do not play, and a lot of times it is out of your control. You can have all your ducks in a row, you can be on top of it, you can be waiting for that email. Even if you get the date, you can be the first one online. There's no guarantee that you will get housing at A&T, and I've heard that it's like that at many HBCUs. There's not enough space for us. They accept too many incoming freshmen, and then it leaves the continuing students high and dry. Please be prepared for that, especially if you are an out-of-state student. You are not safe. Housing is not guaranteed for anybody. Housing is supposed to be guaranteed for freshmen, but it's just very uncoordinated, very unfair. So that's definitely something I wish I would have known before coming into college, just to be mentally prepared for the situation that I am in right now of not being able to even apply for housing. And if you are one of those students who didn't get housing, start now. Right now it's March. Oh, today's March 26th. Do not wait to apply for off-campus housing. There are options. There is student housing that's it's affordable. You can use your refund check, the money that you'll get back in your refund, to pay for your bills. But start now, because they will get gone, because it's a surplus of students who did not get housing. You are not the only one. It's not just you and your 5 homegirls that didn't get housing. There is hundreds of students who don't have housing. So I say that to say, do not procrastinate and do not wait on that, because you really gonna be out if you do. I won't be doing student housing, so I don't have recommendations to give y'all. But if somebody watching this video is in that situation and you do need help, I do know a couple people who have been in that situation prior to this year and have lived in other places. I can put y'all on to what I know, to what I do know. It might not be too much, but it might be helpful to somebody. So if you do need that help, let me know. And while we're talking about housing, let's go ahead and talk about roommates. Okay, that's gonna be number 8. Everybody does not live the same. Some things may seem like they are supposed to be common sense or common courtesy. Everybody does not have that. I don't know, they weren't raised like that. They don't have the same upbringing as you. They don't have the same cleanliness as you. So please be prepared for that, especially if you are doing a random roommate. Even as incoming freshmen, a lot of people go on like roll call pages and end up finding roommates or people that they feel like they might click with. You may click with somebody and you may be able to be good friends with them, but living with them may not always be that best option. Communication is definitely key with the roommates. If you are seeing something that you don't like or don't appreciate, please don't bite your tongue and don't hold it in, because it just builds up and it just gets worse and worse and worse. Don't let it get worse, and don't be that roommate that the other roommates don't like. Me personally, I've never had a shared room. I've had suite mates and roommates as far as like apartments. I've never been in the same room with somebody. I can't imagine y'all is some strong soldiers, because I can't do it. I don't got it in me. Yeah, just be mindful. Keep the common areas clean, and if you are in a shared room with somebody, absolutely keep that clean. Don't just be dropping your stuff off everywhere. You have to remember that you are not at home. You're sharing a space with somebody who you have never lived with before. Like I said, it's literally just common sense and common courtesy. Be mindful of why you were invited. Some of these roommates get real. Child, don't get me started. Y'all know my roommate story, for real. I personally don't recommend living with like your besties, because friendships end that way, because people don't live the same. If you can't avoid it, I would avoid living with your besties. If not, by all means, I probably would rather live with my bestie than to live with another random. So to each his own with that one. Just be a good roommate. Just have that open line of communication and be open to criticism. Since y'all don't live the same, certain things that you do and may not see anything wrong with it, your roommate may not appreciate. So just be willing to compromise. Number 9, it is okay to lose friends. 9 times out of 10, most people will not come to college and leave with the same friends that they came in with, and that is completely okay. You're going to grow up. You're going to learn what you are able to tolerate, what you are able to be around, and you're going to outgrow certain people. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You will gain more friends. Just make sure you're building genuine connections with genuine people who have genuine, positive, good intentions. Not everybody does. Do not befriend people because of their social status or because they're running for X, Y, and Z, because you want to be popular. College is not about putting on a facade or faking the funk. Be true to who you are, and you'll attract like-minded people, you will attract the people that you're meant to be around. Like I was saying, I do have friends from my hometown that I am still friends with because we do still align. But if that is not the case for you, it is okay to let those relationships go and build new ones, as long as they're genuine. I do still have friends from my hometown, but I also have lost friends from my hometown. And I wouldn't even necessarily say lost, but those ties have been cut for several reasons, necessary reasons. It may be hard, it may be a tough pill to swallow, but it's okay. Some people are placed in your life for a season and a reason, not forever. And number 10 is G-Ho. If you know anything about NCAT, you know G-Ho is the greatest homecoming on earth, and it is exactly just that. I have heard some people come to G-Ho and not have the best experience, but you have to understand, at any school, homecoming is what you make it. To my social anxiety girlies out there, a lot of people, be prepared. But G-Ho is definitely a good time. It's lots of fun, lots of people, lots of random conversations, lots of random interactions. Finding things to do last minute is so hard. A lot of things are sold out. If somebody is selling a ticket, they selling it for an arm and a leg and maybe your back tooth. I don't know. Do not wait, okay? Because you will stress yourself out. There's something to do, but it's a lot easier if you get tickets to certain events in advance, so you kind of already have your schedule lined up, especially if you are an active student. When they release those tickets, make sure y'all go ahead and get them. Before coming to college, I had never been to like a theme party. The first theme party that I went to freshman year was Toga. I actually have it on my wall right here. Let me show y'all. This is me and my friends. Ooh, okay, so I didn't even peep the middle fingers. When they had first mentioned a Toga party to me, I didn't know what a Toga was. And then when they explained it to me, they like, yeah, you cut up a sheet. And a lot of parties be no theme, no entry. And so I was like, I'm not going to that. Go, y'all. That was probably the best party that I've been to since I came to college. Go to the theme parties and participate in the themes. Nobody's gonna look at you crazy. Especially when the parties be no theme, no entry. Everybody in there was in a toga. It's so fun. It's so cool. The vibes is just, yeah. Y'all should know by now. I've said it several times in several different videos. I'm not a party girl at all, but G-Ho is a different story. Like I said, it is what you make it. So step outside your comfort zone and go interact, go socialize, have you some fun. G-Ho is a week that's literally catered for students to have a good time and enjoy themselves. And I know we're talking about G-Ho, but Aggie Fest as well. Aggie Fest is not as big as G-Ho, kind of your mini G-Ho during spring semester. A lot of people go to homecomings and don't go to the game. If you're a student, get a game ticket. Even if you don't end up going, get a game ticket. My freshman year, they had a surprise guest at halftime. I really just go to see the halftime show performance and then I go back to the tailgate. Don't just not get a game ticket. Like, if you are a student, when they drop the student game tickets, they're free. Just get one. Secure your spot. I think that everybody should go to the game at least once. Just experience it. Experience everything. Don't limit yourself to have you a good time. Homecoming is what you make it. So make it a good time. That's what we're here for. We're here for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, those are my 10 things. Let me know what y'all think. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I hope this helps somebody, maybe a transfer student or an out-of-state student or a rising freshman, whatever the case may be. I hope this helps you. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share this video with everybody you know. Also, follow me on my Instagram at _KhiaNicole. That's _KhiaNicole. Okay, period. And as I always say, it's only up from here. We gone.
Give me a run for my money. There was nobody, no one that would run me. So give me a run for my money. Sipping bubbly, feeling lovely, living lovely.